story of how you got to where you were. I mean, I heard your story at Blogging with Brown.
Yeah.
But, you know, tell your story for all my listeners and everything.
Yeah, so I started accumulating student loan debt when I was at Mizzou. I got out of Mizzou, came back home. I was bibbity boppity boo in these St. Louis streets, having a grand old time. That's when we connected.
Backsliding at my parties.
I was out in the party scene in good old St. Louis and having a good old time, not in a place of wanting to address my debt. And that's another thing with our generation. I was having this conversation about a week ago, like our generation, we were told to go to school, go to college, and go get a good job. But we were met with literally the economic downturn. So we thinking we finna get out of college making, I don't know, $45,000. I didn't start making that type of money until I moved to Dallas.
Yeah.
So I'm coming out of college making $10 an hour. I never forget, they pulled me in a room to tell me, oh, you getting a 6-cent raise. Sis, you could have kept that.
Right. That's you need that. It's like getting 2 pennies from when you get something.
Right. I'm like, oh, that's what y'all called me in here for? I could have still been on the phones. Like, what is...
Yeah.
So you coming out of college thinking you finna be making all this money, and that wasn't necessarily the case for me. I still was trying to find my footing, and then I wasn't addressing my debt. So then I was like, well, I'll just go back to school. I didn't know what I wanted to do really. So I just went back to school and got a master's. I didn't have a plan, nothing. And so then... You thought
it was a good idea. It was just like, it's a good idea.
So I just went and got my MBA. So that was more debt. And then
Where'd you go get your MBA from?
Lindenwood.
Lindenwood, okay.
Went to Lindenwood, got an MBA.
Do you know Lee Daniels went to Lindenwood?
Really?
I just found this out. I know that's a tangent as hell, but he went there for 2.5 years.
Why they ain't never pop up in my alumni newsletter?
He never graduated.
But still, normally they put a little cute little such and such attended here.
He went to Lindenwood for 2 years and left and went to LA.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just found this out.
Wow. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I got that MBA, and then I was making $10 an hour. $10 an hour after I got done with that. And then I was in a bad place financially to the point where I had to file bankruptcy.
Damn.
And because I got in the game of dealing with those high interest loans, and over here robbing Peter to pay Paul to continue again to keep up this party lifestyle when low key I ain't got the money. So unfortunately I had to file bankruptcy. I think that was in 2011. It was either 2010, 2011. I had to file bankruptcy, unfortunately, because I was just well over my head financially. And right after I did that, I went and they was like, oh, girl, you can take 8 more classes and get another master's, because I didn't want to pay back my student loans.
Right. So you was like, I'm still staying in school.
Right. I was like, bet, let's do it. So again, not addressing my debt, still racking up this student loan. So by the time that stuff came out of forbearance, because I done used up all my forbearance, I done used up all my deferment, we had $100K. Right. We had $100K. And mind you, I didn't start making $45,000 or so until I got here to Dallas. So, yeah. And so after that, I went to Blogging While Brown in 2014, told my story. They was like, girl, you need to start telling your story more. You need to start helping people just about how to manage it and how to work to pay it off. And so that's how I really got started with blogging for my website, RashidaSThomas.com. I started speaking, but then I also wanted to further educate myself. So I got certified as a financial education instructor. And then I got certified as a credit consultant so that I could be able to be certified to repair credit. So I further educated myself and then shifted into the space of the financial coaching is what I do now, but addressing the money mindset, seeing if there's any limiting beliefs, and then also getting to a place where okay, now we can talk about a debt repayment strategy. Now we can talk about a savings strategy, and I'm going to hold you accountable in the process. But another big piece, and what I went through, is once I understood, okay, this is how much debt I got, I'm ready to address it. I had some bad financial anxiety.
What do you mean by that?
I just had anxiety because it was so much, and I was at a place where like
I'm gonna die with this. Like, I'm gonna die with this debt. You was like, fuck it, I'm gonna die with this debt. Hey, no, I know people that like that. Like my aunt jokes about it all the time because my aunt's got like 3 masters in like accounting, and she was just like, she makes great money. She's paying it, but she was like, I might as well die with this debt. I'm 60 years old.
I mean, it was. I just had so much anxiety. Like when that forbearance was up and Navient was like, run us our money. Like I had a full-on panic attack in the parking lot in my car at work because I knew I had to pay Navient, and I didn't know. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna have the money to be able to do this monthly payment plan. And it was a full-on panic attack. And I was like, okay, I have to work through this because I can't continue to run from it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to eventually, I'm gonna have to address this, and I need to figure out, okay, mentally, how can I get myself to a place to be able to address this so that I can get my brain functioning from a place of abundance and not scarcity, so that I can start attracting that money to me to allow me to be able to start making these payments and start really tackling this debt.
So it was really changing your mind state first before you're making that plan.
Yes.
Go after it.
Yes. And a lot of times in this money mindset, like changing your money mindset, yes, it happens, but it's consistent work. Like you have to constantly speak life into your financial situation. Like it's not just, oh, I'm straight. Like, no, you got to continue to speak life into your financial situation as you further continue to elevate in your wealth building journey. Because I mean, you're going to have days where you just like, maybe a financial day where you just not really feeling it, but you still have to speak from a place of abundance and not scarcity, and not go back to where you was before, and know that you're not going to go back to where you were before.
Damn, is the great E40 said, I can't go back to selling yo.
You can't. You can't. Literally. So I addressed that anxiety, was able to become a published author, did my Faith Plus Finances budgeting journal. And now
throw it off in the back. I see it in the back.
Yes. So was able to do that. And then now I'm just doing the financial coaching with clients and whatnot.
What do you think is the biggest mistake people make when they're trying to get their stuff together and get their financial, capabilities together?
Their belief system. Like
go ahead.
If you got the mentality to say, I'm just going to have this debt till I die, then you're going to continue making minimum payments. And also, a lot of people don't understand, like, is this lifestyle that I'm currently living, is it financially sustainable? Like, how long is this going to be sustainable? Because a lot of times we're overcommitting ourselves financially and we don't even know it. And you're looking every month and you got more month than you got money, because you're not understanding where your money is going.
I always misunderstood. I was like, man, like we all make the same amount of money. How are you doing more than me? Like,